Hello everybody, Iain Robson here. Welcome back to Factorio. Alright, so here is the train station at work right now. As you can see, I have a couple of diesel locomotives. You can do a couple different setups. I'm using a, I think people refer to it as a 4x2 or a 2x4 or something like that. Anyways, you got two engines, four cars. That's what I just like to use. So that means you can put it into like a terminal station, like just pop it into the station and just back it straight out, as opposed to having to have like a circle or something like that. So that's why I find it a bit more convenient. And now you're going to see the power of robots. Look at this. There's the construction robots just building this new area for me. This is probably not the most efficient design I have right now, but it's what I'm going to use for the time being. As you can see, they're bringing all the materials right here, placing it down. I think that's just so neat. I'm going to go recharge there probably. Apparently they can't handle the journey from wherever they're coming from over here. But what will happen is they'll just drop down and place these things in the appropriate location. Because I created a blueprint of this. They're just going to place it down. And what's going to happen actually, what's probably going to happen is, let's just drop this down because I have a feeling they're not going to have any chests available. I'm fairly certain of that, but we're going to find out in a second here. I don't know, I just use wooden chests because I happen to have a whole bunch of wood on me still. I haven't got rid of yet. So what's going to happen is they'll say they're missing. Yeah, there's missing 16 chests, which is the reason why I'm making them right now. And once I've made them, I'll just put them in there, and then they'll be able to place them down there. Oh, I already have a whole bunch apparently. Watch that. Boom! Look at that. How cool is that? Now these construction robots are pretty slow still, technically. And that's because they just haven't got it upgraded yet, and that's because production has slowed on sulfuric acid for the batteries there. That's the reason why they're slowing down so much. So, all right, let's see if we can't finish this up. This is going to be my copper exit. I don't know, I named them very generically. So this is the copper exit, that's the iron exit, and then that's the iron one I created already. One thing to note is that if you're running across tracks, zoom out a little bit just to make sure you're not going to get hit by a train, because you will, and you will die in this game if you get hit by a train. And if that does happen, one thing you have to be careful about is that if you're playing single player like I am right now, you can't come back from that unless you have to reload the game basically. Alright, so that's that created. So it's a bit bigger than I was anticipating, but it'll work. So what I'm thinking about doing, there's the train there, and I guess we need to put a, yeah, that's what it is. I guess we can take this one out then. There we go. Alright, so that's the train coming in by itself automatically. One thing I need to do still is I don't know what the fuel level's like on these guys. So what I'll do is I'll set that up right now, and I'll show you how this. We want a 4 requester chests. So what we'll do is we'll put requester chests for all these trains, and I just have them request wood because I don't know how much wood is in the network right now. If it shows me, does it show me how much wood is in the network? Not very much, but that can be easily fixed. Ta-da! And then what I'll do is I'll set it up so the trains are run on wood, because you end up with a lot of wood just not doing anything and sitting in your network. So I'm just going to set it up so that they run on wood basically, which is going to be makes it pretty nice. So here with the copper area, I'm going to have to deal with this soon. We're okay for copper right now, but as you can see we have enough oil. But the problem's going to be is I have a whole bunch of light oil right now, and I can't do anything with the light oil. Well, I can make it into solid fuel, but it's not necessary at this point in time. What I do need is sulfuric acid so I can make batteries. Because if we come over here, this is where the batteries are being used. All the way over here. And this is for the blue science. And that's the only thing that's holding them back is the blue science right now. So once they have enough enough batteries, everything else is like, just sitting there waiting to be used. But it's batteries. And then once they get the appropriate blue signs, so like only one place has blue signs out of these, so we'll apparently never finish that off. There we go. And there's the one blue signs. Look at you, and that's why it's so slow right now. is because they're not producing very much sulfuric acid, because we just haven't been able to process that much. So I'm hoping that the next thing that I get is, or hope I can get it. I'm not sure where it is in the resource, in the actual research itself, but so as you can see, we have just a ton of light oil, and I don't know if there's any things you can, not much you can do with light oil. Can I make light oil into solar fuel? No, I don't have advanced cracking yet. I think there's another one where you can put light oil into petroleum gas, which we're going to do eventually. But for now, so this is what happens often if you're not. You just end up running out of. This guy probably don't need to have that many. You just end up running out of petroleum gas a lot of the time. I find, at least. So what will happen is this guy will stop producing in a second here, there, and then we'll see some more sulfur being produced, which will give us more sulfuric acid, which in turn will give us batteries. It's a vicious cycle. You can always go back and figure out what it is. Oh, there's batteries right there. What if we have any other batteries? Apparently, I thought I saw batteries in here. There we go. Are there batteries in here too? Yes, apparently there are. Any other batteries in the network? No, just those ones. So what I'll do is I'll come over here, and this is the reason why I had the chest in the first place, because I kept carrying batteries around with me. I had a chest here originally, and what I did is I just put the chest down there, and then just put all the batteries I had there. And then you'll see the research tick up because of this now. So ideally you would have it set up so you wouldn't have to just manually set this up like this, but I didn't realize I had batteries in the network sitting there. Then you'll see blue signs being produced, and then you'll see that being produced as well. Very cool. Yeah, it's almost done anyway, so we'll just chill out here for a second, wait for that to go through. And then those guys will start producing blue signs, and we'll probably get logistics robot cargo size 1, which is good. And as you can see now, we have some batteries being produced, because now we have sulfuric acid. Like I said, vicious cycle. You can almost always go back. You can always just like, okay, I'm like, okay, why aren't we producing this? You have to go back through the line, which can be annoying sometimes. Alright, so what we're going to do today is I'm going to go ahead and let me just grab some miners, just in case. I don't know how many I have. Put the 36 back there, so we'll make sure I have 50 on me, which is good. Red science is good. My main bus has kind of gone not as I anticipated. I originally wanted to be a little bit nicer than this, but there's still time. There's still time. So these guys are producing electric engines. And what I'm going to do is I'm trying to make flying robot frames, but I need batteries again. Go figure, right? For this. But what I might do is these batteries are being used for research, which is the primary, and then secondary will be something else. Let's see if I can find advanced cracking, which is really nice. That needs purple science, eh? There we go. That's what we want. So this gives us advanced oil processing. Sorry, I don't know why I keep calling it cracking, but this is what I want. I want light oil crack. Oh, it is cracking into petroleum. So this is what I want right here. And then what we'll do is let's get set up for that actually. Let's create these. What am I missing? Iron gears. Of all the things I'm missing is iron gears. There we go. Let's make 2 more maybe. 4 should be enough. So what we'll do is let's. This is going to be a problem now. This is why you try and give yourself as much space as you can, because this is where like you end up putting yourself into a corner almost, which is annoying, which you want to try to avoid, right? Not always possible though. I guess I could do it this way. I could bring the light oil straight down. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Just so we have lots of space to move around in. There we go. Oops. Apparently we missed that one. And the train's been waiting there for 10 minutes apparently, which is not good. Oops, there we go. Let's make just that for the time being. So, advanced oil cracking is working out quite nicely actually. So let's put 4 there. And I don't know, we don't have the ability yet, but we will soon enough. Where's the water? Water's right here. So this is why you end up having these pipes pre-made like this, or like having it automated makes a huge difference. Oh really? Automating these makes a huge difference because then you don't have to think about getting this set up. There we go, and that's water. Okay, good. So I'm gonna wait for that to be finished, and I forget which side's which. This is why I'm waiting right now. But we'll use this line right here with the light oil, and then we'll use that, and then we'll create a whole bunch of more petroleum gas, and then it'll help us to increase production of batteries specifically. And what we can do is we can make a couple more chemical plants. Because if I put a couple more of these here, it should be good because we're producing a little bit more sulfuric acid. It's funny, like petroleum gas is always the bane of my existence, it seems like. That's how I feel about it, at least. Alright, so advanced cracking is just about finished. What we'll do is I'll show you, this is the Trains Plus, I think it's called Trains Plus mod. So here, for example, you can see, perfect. You can see that here's a train over at the iron depot right here that we created, and it's currently just unloading. Alright, so let's go this. So let's turn these around. You can rotate the buildings by pressing R, which is pretty helpful actually. Helps you put it the right way. There we go. There we go, and I guess it does. I shouldn't have done it that way now that I think about it. Don't know why I made it so difficult. Alright, so let's do this. There, 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 and then we'll just use that like so. Perfect, and then what we'll do is we'll bring the water over a couple, and then we'll do the same thing except for water. There, and we don't want that. And one thing to be note, I think I've mentioned this before, but one thing to note is don't cross the streams, so to speak, because what will happen is if you do, I think that's enough space. If you do, what will happen is you will run into problems with. There we go. That's that. That should be all water here. Nope, we're missing a connection here. There we go. And then now we need power. Where are we here? Like here, here, here. And where's my nearest power? Over there. Perfect. So now these guys will be using all of that light oil, which we have way too much of, and then we'll be making gas with it. So let's go here, here. I don't think it makes a difference, but there, there. We'll just do that, and I think we're missing one connection there. Yeah. And then what we can do is we can, where's the connection for this guy? Way, way up here. And this is why I say I try and keep the one on the one side. So like I try and keep like all the processing with metals on the one side and then all the liquids on the other side, and it just makes your life a little bit easier, because once you start like going between the two, it can be really, really annoying. Alright, so let's just what's the best way to do this? Might as well just follow this line right here. So we'll go here, here. And again, making your life easier. And as you can see, there's the robots doing their thing. And then go like that, like this, and like so, and boom. So now these guys should be working. And why aren't you getting they should be getting light oil, but why aren't they? So this is where you have to, oh, I know why. If we put that there, there we go. Just a little connection issue. So then these should all be working. Good, good, good. And then producing, using all that light oil up because we're not going to use it for anything else. You can make solid fuel, like I said, so as you can see now the production of sulfur has increased infinitely and we're good to go from that front. So we should be producing quite a few more batteries, I imagine now. Yep, there you go. And sulfuric acid because of it. Look at this, sulfuric acid just flying. So we could make some more batteries. This is the battery line I think we have set up for research. Yeah. Is that how we set it up? The batteries are going here. They're going. Yes, that's right. So they're going up to the research. So maybe what we'll do is we'll after they take what they need at the research, then you need to maybe we'll set something else up. All right. So we have a few more chemical labs. We'll set up these guys, making some more batteries. Get out of the way. And then you can do the same thing you can do with other ones with just a clicking and dragging. Or shift, I should say. There we go. There we go. No. Is that? No, they're not attached. Shoot. And this is where I have to fiddle with it a little bit. There we go. And we'll just do this. And what we need now is these two lines right here coming down here so we can produce some more batteries. It's funny. This was supposed to be a nice, pretty looking factory, but it's not. It never runs out that, it never works out that way. So let me just do this. Just so I have everything that's supposed to be in the right place in the right place. Okay, let's set this up properly now. Okay, so there's no easy way to do this now. I guess technically what I should do is go out, because I just made my life more difficult basically. Yes. There is a way to do it, honestly. Alright, so this is kind of part of the game as well. So like problem solving essentially. So some people like it, some people hate it. I guess that's the way to do it. We'll do it like this. Like so. Like so. 1, 2, 3. And we'll set it up like this. And now we need to connect this guy over here. There we go. So now, as long as I give these guys power, they should be okay. There we go. And then we should be producing batteries now. More batteries. Energy, hook that up. There we go. And now we're running into problems with iron. So see, it's a vicious cycle. I think we're running out of iron. That doesn't make any sense actually. We're probably running out of coal. Yes, because I cut that coal off for a bit. Now I need to reattach it. So this is part of the game. You do some things, you forget about it. So now as you can see, they're all out of fuel right now. That's why we don't have any iron. Because what happened was I cut off the coal because we actually ran out of fuel for our, let's go like this. Ran out of fuel for our steam engines. So like as you can see, they're running at like only half performance. So I'm really not pushing them very much apparently still. So what will happen as soon as this comes down here, we'll have some more iron coming through. But that's just the way the game works. You do one thing, it leads to another thing, it messes up something else. They're all interconnected. Alright, so let's go and... As you can see, we have a lot more sulfur now. Look at that, that's crazy. And as soon as we start getting some iron, so let's take that and that out. As soon as we start getting some more iron down here, we'll start producing more batteries, and research should progress a little bit quicker. Automation, substations, personal roboport, which is pretty awesome. There we go. Waiting for that iron still. Plastic is good. So now this is like, the way I've set it up is I don't know, I found that when I played the very first time, I found that I didn't like the constant lack of oil, so I always change the oil levels to like higher than they really normally are, and just to make the game like not so much of a stalemate as soon as you lose oil, basically. So that's how I feel about it, at least. There's the iron train there, not the iron station. Apparently the iron train is full because we're not processing much iron, I guess. Oh well. Alright, so they're getting fuel now, which is good. And the copper is getting fuel, which is good. And these will eventually all start producing iron plates again. Excellent. Good. So, what we need to do now is I'm going to go ahead and secure, I think, some more coal. Because if I look at, let's close trains for now. Coal's still got quite a bit. So here's our coal deposit at the moment, and apparently we're doing quite well there. So what I might do, oh, we got personal robots already, that was quick. So what I might do is, I can't research that yet, I can research this though. What I might do is just get another coal deposit set up, so I'll have to set up a coal train. But let's get a copper area set up too. So, we don't need Farl. The cool thing is with the roboports, as you can see, watch this. I'm actually in the train, and actually I need a couple of requester chests. I forgot, we're going to do this. Like so, and these guys we're going to request wood, and then the... Is that right? Yeah, that should be good. And we should see that getting filled with wood in a second here. Once it's ready to go. So, again, there's wood. I have wood, too much wood all over the place basically. Let's do the same thing over here with this requester chest. And we'll put this guy here and say the same thing and request wood, and then put another one of these guys right here. There we go. And you want to do the same for the front engine and the rear engine. So if you have the engines going into an area and then backing out of an area, you're going to use fuel both ways. There we go. And you can actually shift same way you can do with the factories and everything. It's kind of neat how they set it up like that. So I should say requesting wood. Yep, there you go. Perfect. And now we'll get rid of some of the wood we have in our network. Don't have a lot, a little bit. Alright, so let's grab this train right here. And I think we have everything we need. Yeah, we're good. I had to think about which side of the track we're on. Alright, so here are the trains. So we don't need Farl. Do I have train tracks? Oh, I do. So as I said before, we have a little area up here. There's the air train. Too bad you can't like honk. So here's the area where we were thinking about. So there's that area, but there's a huge copper ore deposit down there. Or we could do this one first. So I guess I do need Farl. It's further than I thought. Let's see if I can figure out where it's gonna go. No, didn't think so. So now I have to go forward because there's gonna be a train behind me soon enough. So this is where setting up things properly comes in handy, and driving the right direction comes in handy actually. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Shoot. Iron depot. No, I want iron ore exit. Let's go to the iron ore exit. How much ore did we get in there? More than I wanted. Ah, well. There's the other train. So you can have two trains running at the same time if you want to. This is why I have the double track set up like this. If you only have a single track, then you have to have the overpasses, which can be annoying sometimes to set up. The trains will end up waiting there for a long time sometimes, so it's just the way it works. Alright, so I guess we'll have to wait till next time to set up. Maybe what I'll do is I'll set up the copper next time around, and I'll show you how that works out in the end. There we go. Just gonna leave this guy here to get unloaded because apparently we don't need that. Anyways, folks, like I said, I'll get that rolling next time. My name's Iain Robson. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Factorio Friday. 25 minutes goes by like super quick in this game because you're like, solving problems and doing stuff. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And my name's Iain Robson again. Catch you guys later.